happy hour as we are, got it, live streaming on all platforms. Instagram, I have two screens going on right now. Not too sure how I can get that off, but let's roll with it. All right, let's roll with it. How committed are you to putting out the anger, right? So Instagram, it's funny here. You're looking at two split screens. It kind of looks funny. I've got three eyes going on. But oh well, let's just roll with it, right? Let's go with it. Over here, thank you everyone for showing up. Are you excited? Hey, Facebook in the house, give me thumbs up, emojis, hearts. How are you? Good morning. Over in the land of YouTube, hey, how are you? I love to see where you guys are chiming in from. Just even a quick hello. Give me some waves. Hey, look at my girl Santina jumping on. All right, good morning. So let's get this party started. You see the title, anger issues. Do you got anger issues? You want to put out the anger? I'm going to talk about anger today and drop some nuggets of gold about anger that I'm sure you have never heard of before. And I'm serious. You are going to walk away today in the next 20-25 minutes and be blown away about the power of anger. I already know I'm getting some eyebrows raised here, but I'm going to tell you some incredible information about the powers in which why you even have anger and what it's all for and how you can use it to your advantage. But before I do that, I want to ask you a very serious question. And the question is, when something happens in your life that you don't want to happen, let's say something bad happens, you didn't want this thing to happen, are you the person who suppresses that anger and it turns into sadness, and then after so long it kind of like boils up inside and then you explode after a while? Or are you that person that something bad happens, something you don't want to happen in your life, it happens, and then you quickly lash out, you quickly react, you just externalize that anger right away? Which one are you? Put like a 1 or a 2. Come on, we have to sit and acknowledge how do we process anger in our body, right? No judgment here. We are all family of oneness coming together. It's just being vulnerable and opening up and realizing how do I process my anger? Not one is better than the other, right? I got some definitely a 1, right? Absolutely. You know, I can relate to both. I have tried both. I have definitely suppressed that anger, took it a while and just kind of took it in, internalized it and got saddened by it and let it weigh on me until it's like that pressure cooker, right? It's like you get enough steam in that pressure cooker and that nozzle's gonna pop. Am I right? And then definitely there's so many of us, and more so in my life, I definitely would externalize my anger quickly a lot more than the other one. I'm just saying I've tried them all, and I'm sure we all can kind of relate and understand what both of those feel like, right? Just kind of want to just bring that to your awareness there while I dive into how amazing anger could be. So just sit with which one you are, because as this thing unfolds, you're going to realize how you can navigate that in a very healthy way. So there is healthy anger. There's healthy anger, and then there is unhealthy anger, like unnecessary, deteriorating, terribly bad for us anger. Right? But the healthy anger, I'm going to explain what each one of those are really quickly. Instagram, I do have to apologize. I have two screens going on, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's two screens going on. It kind of looks a little off. It keeps throwing me off, but I'm hoping that you guys have a different view or you're okay with it. Either way, we're going to roll with it. All right. So let's dive into the healthy anger. We'll spend a couple minutes here. You are born with the emotion of anger. You're all capable. We all are capable of having this various degrees of anger, whether it's just mild, kind of upset, to like full out rage. Am I right? We all can experience these flavors of being angry, of being mad, of being upset, right? To various degrees. Why is that? I'm a true believer that anything that we are born with, that we have within us, is here to serve us, is really here to serve us. Now, it just so happens that we, over time, we have so many bad experience with anger, and so much negative programming around anger, that anger just kind of in society like this whole bad thing. If you're angry, you're a bad person. If you get upset, you're a bad person. Like, you're just bad if you're mad. And that's just because of societal programmings and past experiences. And this is why I'm in hypnosis. So if you're a member, go press play on the Put Out the Anger audio now to get some of those societal programs out of the way and past experiences out of the way, so you can really embody the healthy anger. Now, if you're not a member, you know that you can purchase this audio for 50% off with the code GET, and get that for 50% off, right? So moving on to the healthy anger. How would that look to really process healthy anger? And I'm going to show you, give you an example. So let's say you're going through your day and that thing happens, that thing that has you either suppress your anger or lash it out, whatever that may be. Something happens, you get that call, you get that email, right? Something is painful on your body, or something is like triggered in your mind that's really painful, and you get triggered to go right into that anger. Now, here's what it's for. Versus us being programmed to like bottle it up, and kind of live in it and stew in it, or just like vomit it out and like hurt people or hurt ourselves or just do something stupid. Versus doing those things, we take that pressure that is building up inside of us and we navigate that energy, right? Think of it as like a laser beam. We take that heavy anger energy and we actually point it in the direction that we want to go. And here's an example. If I don't want this, I want this. This thing just pissed me off. I am tired of this, right? I'm tired of feeling like this. I am tired of like going to bed with a dirty kitchen and waking up to start my day with a filthy kitchen. Right? I am, like this is making me upset. I am tired of this. And you use, I'm being dramatic here, but come on, I've got upset at dishes. But you use that fuel, right? That just pressured inside of you as passion. Hear me. Can you feel that? Use it as passion to make a decision on where you want to go. Is this landing? Can you feel that? Can you see how that, whoa, if I could use my power in that way, how much better would your life be? Instead of bottling that anger up and creating physical issues in your body, literally, it's manifesting issues inside your body, keeping that stuff in, right? Or just like going nowhere with it. Like just putting it out there, doing things, saying things that is not going to get you anywhere. You're not even in control of yourself anymore. It's a waste of time. It's painful, right? It's like instead of doing either one of those, you actually get passionate with all of that pressure that's building up in that pressure cooker, right? You get passionate. And then, because we're on dirty dishes. So let's say that you're sick and tired of waking up every morning. You just want to have a clean kitchen to walk into, to make your special drink in the morning, right? But you're starting out with all this crap, right? And so you go, you know what? That's it. I'm either going to, depending on your lifestyle, I'm either going to do the dishes before I go to bed, because now I've committed and I made an agreement to myself that I'm going to clean my kitchen before I go to bed, or I'm going to delegate it, right? I can give it to someone else to do. I can hire a housekeeper. It just depends on where your lifestyle is at. But you make a decision, right? You're like, I'm done. I'm done with this, and I'm going to decide to do this. And now you have motivation, inspiration. You have all of a sudden this extra energy fueled to get you to the next better thing in life. That, my friend, is what anger is for. Mind-blowing, isn't it? It's mind-blowing. It is not for the other things that we talked about. Hurting ourselves, hurting others, staying stuck, staying stagnant, jeopardize, how many relationships have we blown up because of anger, right? How many things have we lost or destroyed in our life because of anger? How much isolation has anger created in our lives? How much physical pain has anger caused in our life? I say it's time for you to finally awaken in this moment and realize that anger is actually your best friend. Anger is your best friend. And I know this because I've had a wild journey with anger. In fact, I remember my mom telling me many times throughout my life that I was born mad. I was literally born with the lesson of anger, right out the womb. I just remember most of my childhood, I was just this angry girl. I was just always mad at the world, right? And so I expressed this anger in so many ways, and it took a toll on me. It cracked me. So I know, firsthand experience, I know what anger's like. Woo! It just cracked my chair. Sorry guys, it's probably that extra 55 pounds I've got going on. Oh my gosh, being able to laugh at yourself is so important. Back into the serious mode of I get anger. I know how it feels to feel out of control of your anger. Anger is its own beast. I remember when anger would come in and it would just, Derek was no longer in the captain's seat. Anger would take over and literally control parts of my life, and I would suffer the aftermath later on. So I get it. I know in the beginning it could feel like a major challenge, like you won't be able to stop suppressing it or stop lashing out when you're in it. But I'm going to give you two very powerful steps. So first you have the audio. If you're a member, then you go onto to your membership site, press play. That's the most powerful thing you can do to get back in the captain's seat of anger and use this baby. Use it to really benefit your life. Okay? And then there's going to be two techniques that I talk about here. Is this landing though? Before I move on, I want to see some hearts. I want to see something to show me right now that I'm not just kind of a bobbling head talking here, but you're feeling this, that you're getting this, that you can have a very different relationship with anger. Some snaps, some hearts, some yes, I can. It can look very, very different. That was just one story. Thank you. Seeing some hearts. I'm loving it. I just gave you one story of my own journey with anger. Today, anger looks very different, and I'm going to show you some more examples of what anger looks like in my life. It does not control me, not one bit anymore. I'm in love with my anger. It's very cool that you can go from being wherever you're at with anger into it being in service to you. Absolutely. And being healthy and growing your relationships and growing your connection with yourself and helping you crush your goals, your dreams and goals in life. I love that I'm capable of having anger. And that's where you get to go with your anger. Okay, with any emotion, but today we're talking about anger. All right. So let's move on to two things you can do, because now you're probably saying, okay, Derika, I'll get the audio or I have the membership, but what happens when, I'm in the anger? I I've exploded and I am pissed. Maybe I'm crying pissed, right? I remember anger would just make me cry. I would just have mad tears, right? Say you're in that state. What do you do? What do you do? Because you have decades of programming around anger, either suppressing or lashing out. So what do you do? Because you know you're changing. So the first thing you got to do is get that anger energy out of your body. Pattern interrupt. So have you ever seen two ducks that, imagine like you're at a pond. I know if you go to any pond, you've probably seen this once in your life. Two ducks, maybe it's territory or something like that. Two ducks will swim by each other, and if for some reason they're triggered into a little squabble, what the ducks do is like they'll fight really quickly, and then they'll take off from each other and they'll shake. They literally will start shaking their body, like they'll just shake it off. You know that song, Shake It Off? Come on, shake it off. This is what I want you to do. You just know that if you have it in the moment, it's good to, I'm a realist. I'm not someone that's going to blow smoke up your ass. I'm going to tell you the truth. Are you wanting to hear the truth? When you have that much anger in your body, meaning you have that much energy in your body, sometimes it's way too much to be positive. You got to shake. You got to scream. You got to punch a pillow. You got to jump up and down. Do you hear what I'm saying? You are an energetic being. You must get that. If it's too much anger, you have to get it out of your body. Okay? So I used to punch pillows. I used to just take off and run down the street. Like literally just run down the street. Because I was shaking. I had so much energy, anger energy in my body. So it depends on where you're at in the moment. If it's a really high energy and you can't do that thing of what I told you about, like, I don't want this, I want this. If you're not quite there yet, just shake, scream, jump, punch, not people, not walls. I've punched walls too. Don't do that. That hurts later and it's costly. So don't do that. Don't go breaking things. But you hear what I'm saying, is that landing? Like you must exert that energy out of your body. All right. If you're at that level, once you do that, here's the next powerful technique. This one is so deep, and I know some people are going to relate to this and hook onto this and feel this, and some are not, but it's the truth. The next best thing that you could possibly do is drop into compassion. Drop into compassion, drop into understanding for yourself or for others. Someone said something that just revved your engine. Someone did something that was so idiotic to you, that was so uncalled for, something that just like blew your mind and pissed you off. You look at that person and you drop into compassion. You drop into understanding. Maybe you don't know exactly why they did what they did, and you can't even fathom why they said what they did or how they treated you or someone else. But you realize that you're not their God. You realize that there is an understanding, there is some logic, there is some programming around the reason why anybody does anything. And ain't none of that your business. And ain't none of it you don't have to take it personally, even if it's directed towards you. And I know that's heavy, and I know that's big, but when you can really grasp that it ain't personal and that I don't literally have to take that on, what someone else did, because it's their life and their journey and their path and their understanding, all of a sudden you become victor again. You're no longer victim, you become victor, and you stand in power. You're no longer hopeless, helpless, none of that. When you drop into compassion. You hear what I'm saying? We'll take a moment of silence for this one. Let's pause for this one, because this is a big deal. This is you really, really standing in such power and so much love that you finally get it, that you realize that no matter what anyone says or does outside of you, it literally has nothing to do with you unless you allow it. Hear that? Unless you allow it. So you can shake that energy out of your body if that's what's going to work for you, or you can drop into love and compassion, and say, this too shall pass. It'll all work out. It'll be okay. I got this. I may not understand why these things are happening to me, but I do realize that they're happening for the greater good of me. And in hindsight, I'm going to realize why this is happening. And I send gratitude, understanding, patience, compassion for what these other people got going on in the world. Right? I send love and compassion for me and what I got going on. And how sometimes I'm a mess, and that's okay. Love heals all. Am I right? So those are the two big powerful techniques that I'm going to tell you that you can actually physically do, consciously do in the moment. And I'm always going to remind you to go back to your subconscious work, your mind work. Because life is going to happen. Life's not going to be rainbows all the time. In fact, shit has, excuse my language, but I'm passionate. Crap has to happen in your life as contrast so you can gain clarity on what you want. So the fact of the matter is that anger is never going to be out of your life, but you got to have the mindset that we just went over here. You got to be willing to, how far are you willing to go? How hard are you willing to work to feel good? That's my question to you. And if you're willing to change your relationship with anger to this degree where it's serving you, you got to get rid of the past. And that's the hypnosis. You got to get rid of those old triggers, those old experiences in your life, whether they're generational. Like my mom said, I was born with anger. So I had generational patterns to overcome. So whether yours are generational or yours are just this lifetime experiences of watching how your parents and your authority figures reacted and how they expressed their anger, no matter where it came from, you gotta release that. It just makes this process so much easier, so much faster. And I even tell you what, I'll go farther than that and say, unless you get to the mind, having a healthy relationship with anger is impossible. So you must get to the root first. Release that. And here's what I want to end with this Hypno Happy Hour today around anger. Is that I want to challenge you. The next time you get angry, let's say just from here till next week, that you shake. That you shake that anger right out of your body. And then you drop into compassion, understanding, love for either wherever that anger just came from. Have that understanding that you're not here to play God or fixer for anyone else or expectations on anyone else. And you really just drop into love and compassion right in the moment, like pattern interrupt, and watch how far this takes you. Watch how you begin to establish a brand new relationship with anger. Because my friend, I promise you, you're experiencing that anger for a reason. It's for you to clear up what you don't want so you know what you do want. And now you have all this pressure behind you to be propelled in the direction in that decision you just made. And that's what it's for. All right, so I'm going to end with that one. Please light up the screen here. Let me see your hearts, your comments. Hi, how did this land for you? I want to know how you're feeling right now. Facebook, everyone over there, my friends, thank you for being here on another great Hypno Happy Hour. Again, I would love to hear what opened up for you and how you're feeling in this moment. And if you are going to accept this challenge, do you accept the challenge to do a grand pattern interrupt the next time you get pissed off? Yeah? And then use all that pressure in the direction where you want to go. Okay. I thank you, my love. Thank you for being here. Love you all. Until next time, let's kick anger's ass. All right. Bye, you guys.